Good morning. Welcome to Woodrose International School. Today I'm going to discuss with you solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. Our standard form of quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Our quadratic formula is x equals negative p plus and minus square root of p squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Let us discuss word example 19. Solve the following quadratic equations, giving your answers to three significant figures. Letter A, x squared plus 4x plus 3 equals 0. A is the coefficient of x squared, which is equal to 1. B is the coefficient of x, which is equal to 4. And C is the constant, which is equal to 3. Substituting these values in the quadratic formula will give us x equals negative 4 plus and minus the square root of 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3 all over 2 times 1. 4 squared is 16. 4 times 1 times 3 is 12. And 2 times 1 is 2. So our equation now becomes x equals negative 4 plus and minus the square root of 16 minus 12 all over 2. 16 minus 12 equals 4. So it becomes x equals negative 4 plus and minus the square root of 4 all over 2. Square root of 4 equals 2. So we have x equals negative 4 plus minus 2 all over 2. Using the positive root, we get x equals negative 4 plus 2 all over 2, which is equal to negative 2 over 2 equals negative 1. Using the negative root, we get x equals negative 4 minus 2 all over 2, and negatives, which is equal to negative 6 all over 2, equals negative 3. So the values of x are x equals negative 1 or x equals negative 3. Letter B, x squared minus 7x plus 11 equals 0. A equals 1, B equals negative 7, and C equals 11. Substituting this in the quadratic formula, we have x equals negative of negative 7 plus and minus square root of negative 7 quantity squared minus 4 times 1 times 11 all over 2 times 1. Negative 7 quantity squared equals 49, and 4 times 1 times 11 equals 44. 2 times 1 equals 2. The equation now becomes x equals 7 plus and minus square root of 49 minus 44 all over 2. X equals 7 plus and minus square root of 5 all over 2. 49 minus 44 is 5. Taking the positive root, we get x equals 7 plus square root of 5 all over 2. This will give us a decimal number which is equal to 4.6180. Rounding this to three significant figures will give us 4.62. Taking the negative root, we get x equals 7 minus square root of 5 over 2, which will be equal to 2.3819, which is approximately equal to 2.38. Letter C, 3x squared minus 2x minus 1 equals 0. A equals 3, B equals negative 2, and C equals negative 1. Substituting this in the quadratic formula, we'll have x equals negative of negative 2 plus and minus square root of negative 2 quantity squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 1 all over 2 times 3. Negative of negative 2 equals positive 2. Negative 2 quantity squared is 4. And negative 4 times 3 times negative 1 equals positive 12. 2 times 3 equals 6. So we now have x equals 2 plus and minus square root of 4 plus 12 all over 6. 4 plus 12 equals 16. So we now have x equals 2 plus and minus square root of 16 all over 6. Square root of 16 equals 4. So we have x equals 2 plus and minus 4 all over 6. Taking the positive root, we get x equals 2 plus 4 all over 6. 2 plus 4 is 6 over 6 equals 1. Taking the negative root, we have x equals 2 minus 4 all over 6. 2 minus 4 equals negative 2. All over 6 will give you negative 1 over 3. So the two values of x are x equals 1 and x equals negative 1/3. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask.